we are here as friendship because we are involved in the issue. We are interested because we are partner of Anpej, partner with Anpej. We are here also, and for us, friendship innovation must intervene at three level because, as you know, the funding without economy does not exist. I'm not going to speak like an economist, but everybody knows that. But if you have an innovative instrument in the funding, and if you leave the economy or the ecosystem, there will necessarily be have some deficits to be corrected. For us in Punjab, there are three levels of interventions in innovation. The first one is the micro environment level. And since 2012, we have to hail the efforts made by the government of Senegal, first of all, by having a ministry in charge of that, but also in 2014, last year, by having a discussion on the issue, but also by having some programs. For us, Fongip and Pej is an innovation that needs to be hailed. It is one of the recommendations of the round table of last year, which was led to the creation of Anpej. Around Anpej, we have other programs, Papej, product, and recently PUDC, which is very important. We have to hail them, and this is what I call innovation in the micro environment. But we have to have innovation in the micro ecosystem of employment. And in this regard, Senegal has got three major tools. We have BNDE, Franchise, and Franchise. By having these three instruments together, the Senegal has wanted to have four windows. One window for support with Franchise, one window for collateral with Franchise, and also one window for equity capital, and one for investment and rolling capital with BNDE. This is a new mechanism that has to integrate a financial system. As you know, the financial system does not know the youth or the young people. Why? Because the credit comes from trust. If you have confidence in people, you know. The financial Senegalese system does not know the young people. In addition to that, the young people of Senegal, the young in general, the youth in general, has some deficit. That is to say that at the level of the risk management, there are some problems. Because it is a category of people that do not have any guarantees, that don't have any collateral. They only have project in their minds. So it is a category with high risk category. To fill that gap, the government has put in place a whole mechanism starting with PSE, which is Senegalese Emerging Plan, which focuses on the imperious need of giving this use, because there is two challenges with regard to that. Senegal is a Senegal Emerging Plan. We want to go to emergence in 2035. In 2000, I myself will be out. By 2005, I will no longer be in the productive system. So emergence is for the youth. It is the youth who have to bear the emergence. How can they do it? In addition to bearing this emerging plan, the youth have to contribute also. An emerging plan cannot take 4.8 million of its productive category, of its productive force, and put it aside and marginalize it. It is not possible. It is the double challenge. So the youth have to contribute to the national productivity, to the emergence of the country, but we should not marginalize them by bringing them decent income. This is, in fact, the challenge of the second innovation that we have to do. The second, the products. Since it is a category of high risk, we need to adjust the product of the target. We need to adapt to the product of the target. We have to ensure that the product may answer to the need. Today, the need, what is the demand? The diagnosis has been made. It is known there is a strong demand, but it is urgent. It is urgent. In my opinion, all the mechanism put in place in Senegal tries to solve the emergency. But if you really want to go to emergency, because you know that the flow or the flux is continuous. Today we have 4.5 million of unemployed. Tomorrow, whatever the policy which is applied, this may go up to higher level. This can be 5 million. It is as if we have done nothing because of the demographic rate. So the system that we need to have is a sustainable system, and this is where you are going to see that an instrument like ownership is a sustainable system or a system that can help to make things sustainable. At the beginning, you can see two things. This is a case study. Ownership has put in place a trusted fund, which was market, and the fund is at the end of the year, and the other program. So I will focus on the two. So what is sponsorship? Sponsorship is an innovative approach which is proven at international level. It is an economic model of sponsorship, means that it comes at the second round. That is to say that we have to go through the banks, and sponsorship will bring in the collateral or the guarantee via the bank. Why? Because the experience of the fund allocation in Senegal, if they are at the first rank, they can become being political funds, and second, nobody will pay back. And as you know, the credibility of a financial system or the reliability of a financial system comes from its capacity of paying back, and not of its capacity of mobilizing and giving loans, but rather for its capacity of paying back. To make a system reliable, it has to be very resilient in terms of being able to get back its fund. So fondship is at the second position, not at the first position, meaning that it comes after the banks in terms of collateral. The second about the fundamentals of fondship, we talk about the risk management, because we saw that in Senegal there are some risks. There was no risk management, and we have a department which is in charge of managing risk, and Mr. Amadou Diallo is here. He is in charge of the risk. Another or third innovation which has been brought in is that we said that the support exists. We have ADPME. We also have what we call the network technical operators. So the support mechanism exists. Because in the funding for this use category, we do not just give money, we have to monitor them. The post-finance monitoring is important, is critical, because any project has a life cycle, has got an incubation cycle. After that cycle, if you do not follow the project, there is a high important mortality rate, a high rate of mortality. You can have 10 companies created at the beginning, but if you don't have any monitoring system, you may end up with 3 at the end of the day, so which is not good. Fourth element is the transparent and efficient government. This is in relation to point which is dear to Ibrahim, what transparency. This is governance. Here also, this is for the beneficiaries. All the system need to know that in Ponji you do not know because you are known. There are some committees which are put in place which are autonomous to allocate funds, credit. So they are autonomous. So the objective of Ponji, what is it? It is to increase access to credit and also to financial loan, promote the mechanism and encourage the development of medium enterprises. The project works with the Senegalese emerging plan for a structural transformation of the economy and sustainable development. So there are four missions for FONDIP, that is to see guarantee, refunding, and support mechanism, and the management for third parties. Let me start for the management of funds for third parties. We will talk about harmonization for the use. We have to harmonize the various funds. In Senegal, we have various funds sometimes for the same target. So we need to harmonize all these funds, and the state has asked, the governor asked FONDIP to harmonize all these funds which are dedicated for the youth. So the fund is supposed to be domesticated. They should have a mechanism of support and council. The fondship does not just provide collaterals or guarantee. The fondship puts the funds at the disposal of the SFDs in order to refund the categories that don't have any funds, any guarantee, any collateral, to the youth and the women. In order to reach that target, we are obliged to go through microfinance, and these are refinancing and ask to the SFD to increase the duration. Today, as you know very well, microfinance give credit at a very high rates and at very short periods. So, fondship by providing the fund, ask in the convention with the SFD, ask for the duration of the maturity to be increased and for the interest rate or the conditions, the funding costs to be reduced. So we have two types of collaterals. We have individual collaterals or guarantee, but we have just to put in place what we call the portfolio guarantee. This is important. When you have 1,000 youth doing the same thing, it is better to have a portfolio guarantee. We have introduced that for category like women, but also for the youth. The PSP, the beneficiaries, it's everybody, all the Senegalese people can have access to a fondship, but on condition that they are in priority sectors. The four sectors are PSP1, PSP2, PSP3, and PSP4. And this is taken from PSE, the Senegalese emerging plan, for us to have a kind of continuity. So we are in phase one. Now, the funds allocated to youth or the market for youth. So we had 1 billion in 2015. The adequate product was the portfolio guarantee. The financial partners are BNDE, BOA, etc., and the eligible sectors are PSE sectors. Eligible credit, the maximum is 15 million. The interest rate is 6% per year, and the personal from 5. The contribution is to from 5 to 10%. What we do with the communes or municipalities, we have signed many contracts like the reserve funds. It is the commune or the municipality that brings in the contribution. Pekin has given 100 million, for example, for the reserve funds, and we and the youth are exempted from personal contribution, and then we serve as kind of collateral. So the youth will have the highest guarantee level from all the categories. He is at 80%. He has 80% of the credit guaranteed, and if you guarantee 80% of the credit, you have got everything. So there are many risks. Even the bank or the SFD does not take any risk because 80% of the credit has been guaranteed. As we said earlier, I don't want to mention because the DG is here. To be eligible, you have to come to NPH or to the fondship in order to know how you can get the loan or how you can benefit from that fund. Financing, these are credit of maximum amount of 7 million. Maximum rate, nominal rate is 8%, and the global rate is 15. Duration of the project is 15. Is 2 years. Let's say that in the microcredit, the average rate turns around 20 and 25%. So the maximum saving is 15%. That is to say that The SFD is taking our funds. It obliged to stop at some point. Now the difference, um, the timeline is 1 to 3 months. Sponsorship does not exist, just not in Dakar. We have regional branches in second shore, in the north. We have five branches, and here we have the services that are not funded. For example, when a youth has got a problem, he can go to the antenna, to the branch, I would say, and the branch informed the OTR, which is the private consultant. Now the locality and the city is paid by Punjab to do the business plan, to support, and also to guide them. It is a notary that told them that your project is ready. I have talked with the NDE, I've talked with the Senegalese or the Sierra Leone or the Now somebody is going to call you. Now direction is made by OTR and also supported by the network coordinator. Uh, Now public programs, we work internationally with a professor on 10 billion product. Today, while I'm speaking to you, there is a joint mission between product and Frontier, which is towering the country and in order to put in place the funding. So we are working for the youth, but in agriculture. So there are other incubators with whom we are working on the food of Dakar and so on. I would like to hail the Minister Ibrahim Wadi because he is the assistant of the minister. We also work in UNODEV, the incubator of the university. That's it.